So, kind of in line with this kind of talk about doctrine, what would you say are the fundamentals of the Anglican Catholic heritage and faith?
Well, the formula is, for a start, so the Book of Common Prayer, the Ordinal, the Book of Homilies, the Articles, linking them all together and working through them, looking at Scripture through the lens of looking at them through the lens of Scripture, and of course the three-legged stool. So bringing all of that together, that's what defines Anglicanism. But for me, it's wider than that. You know, it's remembering that the Reformation was a reforming of the church. It wasn't becoming anti-Catholic. We maintained our Catholicity. Our Catholicity is our faith. We are Catholic. We believe in the one holy Catholic and Apostolic Church. We say those creed. We recite those creeds every single day, if at least every week, depending on how often people pray and go to church. But our Catholicity means that the Reformation was about ridding the church, reforming the church, but ridding the church of error, of superstition, of certain heresies, as we saw them, and returning to the church fathers, and returning to the early church, and returning to the Scripture. And we don't necessarily look backwards, but we look forward through the lens of the past. Again, this is how tradition helps us, and this is what it means to be Anglican. What I worry about is people that only look at the church history for the last 500 years and think that the church fathers are Martin Luther and John Calvin. It's like, well, no, they were on a mission to make us look at the church fathers. They weren't the church fathers.
Right.
They did important work, sure, but it's that modern Protestant arguments that I struggle with. And this is why I never ever define myself as a Protestant, because I'm not protesting against anything. I'm not anti-Catholic. And I think it often leads to that. And the Protestant movement in Europe was very different to the Reformation in England. We weren't heading away from the church. We were reforming the church. And today we have many people who, are afraid of anything Catholic. Anything, when I say Catholic, I mean Roman Catholic. And of course, that's a nonsense, because there's so much of the Roman Catholic Church that is good, beautiful, and true. And while we wanted to get rid of some elements of it that we saw as in error, we shouldn't be throwing the baby out with the bathwater. And we're very, very much in danger of doing that.
Right.